my channel. If this is your first time seeing any of my videos, my name is Bwandungi. I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. In my last video, we were celebrating 100 subscribers. I asked everybody who wanted to participate to go ahead and fill out a form so that I could do a critique for somebody's work for free, for absolutely no money at all. The person who won is styles_books337@gmail.com. Over the Labor Day weekend, I was in Atlanta in Georgia, and I had the opportunity to attend the Decatur Book Festival, which I was so excited for. If you can believe it, that was my first book festival ever. I don't know why, but it was my first book festival, and I was so excited to go and be there at the largest independent book fair in the United States. And boy, oh boy, up until I got there, I was just like, Having never attended a book festival before, I decided to go online, ask Mr. Google, how does a person attend a book festival? What do you do when you get there? How do you make sure that you have the greatest experience that you possibly could? With Google's algorithm, I could not find any videos that would help me understand how to attend the Decatur Book Festival and enjoy it. And so I just went ahead and did my thing, did the Bwandungi thing, and there were a number of stalls that were there with books in them, and there were more stalls for advertising and food than there were for books, which was, it was so disappointing. Like, I'm there to see books. Here I am thinking that I'm going to have, you know, that feeling when you enter a bookstore and like ramped up to 1000% books for everybody. That's what I thought was going to be there, and it wasn't. It was quite disappointing. However, I did get some books, and I want to show you those books right now. The first book that I got on Sunday, which is when they're selling off all the books. Everybody's trying to get rid of their inventory. I had seen this book in the bookstores and had never picked it up. I don't know why, but I decided I would go ahead and pick it up. Land of Stories by Chris Colfer. I didn't pick it up because of the author. I did pick it up, however, because I found the cover was interesting and the blurb in the back was interesting, so I wanted to read this book. Now, poor Bathan, who got dragged there with me, decided to pick up a book. It's got those, you know, red leather with those gold embossed things. It's curious to look at, but what's even more interesting is the title on the spine. And the title is The Yellow Emperor's Classic of Internal Medicine. I haven't dug into it, and neither has Baden, but I'll let you know whenever I find something interesting in here that I'm going to include in one of my stories. The last book that I got was this one. It's also red leather with gold embossed on it. But here's the spine title. It says it is Restoring a Lost Nose. And I just found that to be so fascinating. Like, who loses their nose? And why? And do they have a piece of their nose? Like, is this a study about somebody who has a piece of their nose, they stuck it in the freezer, and now it's going to be reattached? Or is this one of those cases where they grow the nose on your arm and then, you know, it's attached to your face? Like, curious stuff. I will show you just one picture. Actually, I'll show you two. The first picture happens to be a drawing of a guy who has lost his nose. Look at that. He ain't got no nose. I do not know how he lost it. I will be exploring that a little later. And another one I wanted to show you is this contraption. Look at that. How crazy is that? That is the contraption that you would wear to protect your nose while it heals. Like, seriously, like this. The whole time until your nose is healed. So that is my book haul from the Decatur Book Festival. Those were the books that I ended up being interested in, and of course one of them is not mine, it's Bathan's. Since I had such a difficult time finding other people who had attended book festivals, finding instructions on how to enjoy the book festival, I thought I would do that for y'all. And I know that it is September, the book festivals are mostly over, but that is only in the Northern Hemisphere. The Southern Hemisphere now has summer coming along, and with summer comes book festivals. And in Africa, where the sun always shines, They have book festivals all year round. I will leave a link in the description box below to James Murua's blog. He keeps track of the book festivals that are happening on the continent, and if that is something that you're interested in, go ahead and check out his blog and subscribe to it so you can get updates. So in today's video, what I would like to share with you are tips on how to attend a book festival if you find yourself usually out fanboyed or out fangirled by other people with so much more energy, or your favorite author is not attending that particular book festival and you have a food allergy. It's a super long title, but how to attend a book festival for those of us who are introverts. Number 1, pack your lunch. Make sure you pack lunch and you pack a snack, because you're going to get hungry, and if you can't eat anything that is in those stalls, then you are going to be sad. And if it's not your city, you can't just go home and cook yourself something. It means you have to find a restaurant that serves the kind of food you eat, and it just becomes this whole hassle. So take your lunch, take a snack. Number 2, make sure that you hydrate. It's usually hot. You don't want to faint all over, in front of your favorite author. You don't want to faint on top of people's books. Number 3, find out where all the toilets are. There are thousands of people who have come, and many of them are not even there for the books. They're there for like the food and the street performers, and they're not there for the books. And they're using up all the toilets, and some of them have no home training. So find out where all the different toilets are. Even if you have to walk a short ways to find a toilet, it will be so much better. And because you're hydrating, you're going to need a toilet. Number 4, a book festival is all about the authors. What I found on the Decatur Book Festival website was a list of the talks that were going to be given and the different locations in which they were going to be. And I'd never been to Atlanta, so imagining how far apart these places were and how I get to them and which talks I get to and which authors' work that I've enjoyed, that was just too much to think about. I didn't know how to plan my way around the talks and around the authors who were going to be there. Strangely enough, I hadn't heard of many of these authors, which is fine for me. I love finding new authors and new stories that I wouldn't have encountered otherwise. But the authors are there to promote themselves and to promote their books, and so they're going to give talks. Sometimes it's really interesting stuff. Well, interesting for me, like world building and how do you build your characters and what do you need to do in order to build your author platform, where do you get published, gives you an opportunity to meet agents and stuff like that. So it's a really great place to just sit and hang out and be with published authors who are promoting their work. You never know. Someone shakes the apple tree, you get an apple. And you get an apple. Number 5, book festivals are about talks. So you're going to want to attend some of them, and you have to make a kind of schedule. Make sure you have a map. If you need to print one, print it from Google Maps and understand where it is that you need to be for the different talks. Schedule the walks in between. Schedule the time for your snacks, because you gotta eat and you gotta hydrate. Number 6, a book fest is all about the books. One of the things that I absolutely love is finding new authors, encountering work that I would not encounter from going to one of the big bookstores or sometimes any bookstore at all. Like, how do you find out where some of these books are and they are at the book festival? Especially like the Decatur one, which is an independent book festival. For example, Restoring a Lost Nose. So make sure that you put aside the money that you're going to use to spend on these books. Thankfully, there are different ways that you can pay, but cash is always great. Cash is great to have around. So those are my 6 different tips. Ooh, I forgot one. Make sure that you wear comfortable shoes because you are going to be walking a lot. Comfortable shoes and comfortable clothes are important. Try to make them, because if you want to impress the author that you're going to meet so they can remember you for later when your book comes out, something like that can happen. Who knows? Make sure that you wear comfortable shoes. So that is all that I had for you today. How to attend a book festival. If you're an introvert and don't know how to properly fanboy your favorite authors, or your favorite authors are not there, and you have a food allergy, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share this video so we can expand this discussion and include other opinions and enrich each other's learning experience. And if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notifications button so that when I upload a new video, you get a notification and can come and enjoy some time with us. And as always, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful the rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!